Hello everyone, how are you? It's me, Susie. I'm here again to do another video. I have been slacking in that area lately, and I'm realizing these are just tough times, and we're all having a rough time getting through with it. And I find myself doubting myself again. So I'm here to overcome that doubt and to know that there are people waiting for the next video. So here I am. I did write a little bit more this week, which I'd like to read to you. It's been an amazing week, hasn't it? I mean, we've had, it seems like weeks ago, but it was only last Saturday that we had all of those people come together to protest in every major city, and even here in bright red Cape Coral. I met with friends and with Lori as well, and there were 400 people, which is, you know, for bright red Cape Coral, that's pretty much. I heard that even Naples, which is about 30 minutes south from here, had 5,000 people show up. And I thought it was a lot that they had thousands in Fort Myers, but Naples, 5,000 people. That is a lot of people coming up to protest. So, yeah, I've been procrastinating a little bit. I'm thinking I really need to speak louder. Actually, what I need is a microphone. And eventually I'll get one and have the better equipment. For now, we're just gonna play it by ear. No, we're just going to muddle through this for a while to see where things stand. So I thought today I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on. I had said that I thought something would happen April 9th, which was yesterday, and what we hoped would happen hasn't happened yet. But what did happen was something that many of us thought was going to happen. The Orange Menace decided to take a step back and reverse the tariffs that he put in place. Now, at first, my first thought was, hey, he's stepping back, he's scared, he's succumbing to pressure. But then after listening to some things that were going on, obviously, and it sounds obvious to me, something to do with insider trading, because he did write on his Truth Social, obviously, buy the stocks now is a good price to buy them. And then he reversed his tariff decision. So obviously now we're seeing people like Adam Schiff out there, AOC is out there, and many others who are saying, hey, what is this? You know, this is not legal. And they are starting investigations. So maybe April 9th was a starting point for things to unfold the way we hoped they would. Anyway, I thought we'd start potentially with, you know, just a few cards. I have all of my pretty cards out here again. And we would just take a deep breath, ask the spirits, for my spirit guides, your spirit guides, the collective spirit guides, to come together and give us some answers that we need. The question for me is still, when are we finally going to see an end to this nightmare? For me, it's a nightmare. I don't know about you. I'm trying to take a deep breath and see the positive in life and be grateful for what I have. I got some good news from my brother today, who was willing to help me, which is always warms my heart when I know that I can reach out to people. And watching things unfold, it's just getting curiouser and curiouser and curiouser, don't you think? Oops. My doggy's coming into the house and making lots of noise. So, Coco, hello, dear. What's up? So let's just take a moment, and I will pull one card from the Smith Waite, which is the smaller deck of the Rider Waite, just to give, after taking a deep breath, breathing in, knowing that everything is well, all is well, it's all well, it's all good. And see, we've got the Eight of Wands, which is the Messages card, right? Which means fast news will be coming in soon. So that is the answer to the question, when? I don't know when, but soon. Messages are coming. So, anything else? Let me pull another one and see if anything else comes up. What I did actually before I started the video, I pulled a card, and it was the Three of Cups. We were celebrating. We were having fun. We were celebrating with a glass of champagne, and yes, we have gotten through this. So maybe that is what we will hear with the messages. Trying to stay positive in all of this. It's all we can do. It's all we can do. We have to stay positive. We have to know that this too shall pass, right? This too shall pass. I've learned that, you know. And then what is the other one that I like? My cup runneth over. I learned that when I lived in the Carolinas. They said that all the time. My cup runneth over. When you're happy, remember your cup runneth over. And you got the Three of Cups with the overflowing cups, huh? There we go. So let's see. One more card is another card. Do you have anything else to say? Oop, there's one. The Six of Pentacles, which reminds me of what I was saying before about reaching out, asking for help, and receiving it. If you need help, always reach out to people you know. And chances are they will help. So, okay. I also have, once again, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Let's just pull one card and say what that says for what we need to know right now. And we'll do a few cards, and then I'll start reading from what I wrote on April 8th, which was 2 days ago. And you'll see in my writings I was in turmoil, not understanding. And I just keep saying, this is why I procrastinate. I procrastinate when I get upset, when I get into turmoil. I procrastinate. I do not do what I know I need to be doing, which is talking to you on YouTube, doing some other work and other stuff that needs to be done, like finish my taxes maybe. Yeah, we can always file for an extension. I'm not going to push that this time around. Here we go. I love it. I love it. Clean up. Clean it up. Yes, we need to clean up that mess in the big city, WDC, right? I'm trying to be careful with the words that I say. We need to clean up the mess that the Orange Menace is leaving behind. And that means, if it's time to clean up, that means what? That means there is something to clean up, because there's no more mess being made. It's time to clean it up. The mess is gone. Or the mess is not gone. The mess needs to be cleaned up. So we need to clean up our laws. We need to clean up our nation. We need to clean up the swamp that he supposedly is draining. And he is draining the swamp because he is unveiling everything that was in the swamp, right? All right. So now from the Doreen Virtue Angel Answers, let's see what they have to say to us. I love it. I love it. Clean it up. Yes. We're celebrating, we're getting messages, and we're cleaning things up. Very cool. I love how these cards talk to us, don't you? So, let me see. Yes, a microphone will be coming eventually, and then the sound will be a little bit better. So, I listened to myself in the car the other day. I said, oh my goodness, I can't hear myself. Let's see what the angel answers. What is the question? The question is still, what do we need to know about how this will evolve? It's on the same line. Ask for help from others, which is what I've said. You need help, reach out. People are willing to help. People want to help. There are people who are doing better than you might be doing, and they are more than willing to say, sure, how can I help? Or maybe you're in a position to help. Anyway, I did pull a card from the Kipper's deck earlier as well, and what came out was the Wealthy Man, number 13. And, 13 is my lucky number. Don't ask me why, it's always been my lucky number. And I have been waiting for a wealthy man to show up in my life, right? Yeah. Maybe he's my brother. Yeah. So here we go. What, dear Kipper cards, dear spirit guides, do the Kipper cards have to say about the situation we are currently in and we are experiencing? I might be giving out too much information, but I don't really think so. I mean, we are all in the same boat. We are all going through our own dramas, and most of the dramas are very similar. It's either about love, or it's about money, or it's about family. Toil and labor. Toil and labor is the card which fits nicely to it. What was it? Clean it up. Clean it up, toil and labor. So we will have a lot of work to do when this is finally over. Yeah. There's a lot that we need to... Everything that is coming out right now that is being unveiled that we see about our nation, the Constitution needs to be rewritten. The laws need to be rewritten. We need to make sure that we do not put a felon back in the White House. You would think these are, and I'm sure that the founders thought they don't need to write about this. This is what's obvious. It's obvious that we don't want any felons in the White House. It's obvious, but it's not. It's not. If there is a loophole, people will find it, they will use it, and they will use it against you. But let's hope that in the age of Aquarius now coming towards us, the age of love, now that we're moving out of the age of Pisces, we will slowly come into the age of Aquarius, and we will be more loving to each other. We will be more thoughtful. We will, the divine feminine is coming into her power, and women will... Feminine traits like love, which I don't say men don't have these feminine, they don't have that. It's men have empathy as well, but most of them have been coddled for too long, and it's time for women to take over, take control. And I don't mean in that. I just think, just imagine the way that Kamala and Tim Walz worked together. He was there to support her. That is the divine masculine I see. The divine masculine is the one supporting the efforts of the feminine, and not bashing her for trying to be, or it's telling her that she needs to take a step back because a man is in charge. No. Women have a good sense of direction. They have more empathy. They have empathy, and they have love in their hearts. And the divine masculine is the supportive function in all of it. And together, the characteristics of both the masculine and the feminine need to work together to make our world a better place. And I find myself thinking, stop talking and start reading. So yes, I'm going on and on a tangent that I really didn't want to go into. But so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read. I didn't write very much on April 8th, but I thought it was very interesting, and I thought it was something that you might benefit from as well. So April 8th of Writing with Spirit. Take a deep breath. I'm doing my best to stay calm. The U.S. Supreme Court just approved of the fascist handling of immigrants. the 250 people that were rounded up off the streets with no due process and flown off to a prison in El Salvador. I'm in total shock. What has happened to this nation? Once again, I just want to dissolve everything here and flee the country. Move back to Germany. Let it all go. But how do I do that? What do I live on over there? I'm just freaking out. The tariffs that the Orange Menace put in place are beyond belief. The fact that he is being acknowledged as sane makes absolutely no sense to me. Why is he still there? When will something finally happen to make this nightmare end? I'm going within and feeling the turmoil. I've been told not to worry, both from my guides, when I write, and when I pull cards, and by my reader in her reading the other day, saying, "Don't worry. Worrying won't help." Okay, great. What will then? What do I do? And as I write this, I smirk. I think of Abraham. It's not about doing. It's about how you feel. Doing for the sake of doing is just a waste of time. The action needs to be inspired. Well then, spirit guides, I'm here. Inspire me. Use my fingers and speak. And I thank you in advance. And they respond, "We're so glad you're here. We've been waiting for you to reach out to us again. There's so much to tell you. You have no idea. You're on the verge of something wonderful. You're learning fast how to pull in from the depths of within and to trust. Trust in the divine plan. Things are unfolding. We're so proud that you wrote to the Supreme Court of your dissent." Actually, I did. I wrote to the Supreme Court. I dissented. Others will do the same. The people have the power. The people must take the power back. The masses will make their dissent known, and those in power will have no choice but to back down and see reason. And hear me getting all upset still in turmoil. But spirit guides, there's no reason for them to back down. They've lost their minds. And they responded, "You're letting your fear take hold. You know your history. You understand the stakes are high. But never before have the masses in the United States gone through this. You will be fine. You will get to where you need to go. Yes, inspired action is what you need. And you were inspired to write the Supreme Court today. And to write us today. This is exactly what you need to do. People will listen. Keep reaching out to your friends and family. You are not alone." And then they said, I was thinking of somebody else, thinking of my ex. And they said, "Don't change the subject. Stop thinking about him. He's toxic. Your new person is on his way." Okay. And I said, "No, spirit guys, I don't believe that. That's just wishful thinking." Breathing, feeling the turmoil, breathing. I want to know what I write is truly inspired writing and not wishful thinking. I'm so scared. And they said, "You're allowing your fears to take control. You have to learn to thank your fears. But know that you are in charge, not your worries." Thank your fears. Remember to thank your fears for telling you that there's something amiss in your thinking. Go back within and start feeling. Okay? And they continued, "This is a moment in history when your kind must learn to use their own power and not hand it over to others. You decide." And then I wrote, "But I want so much, and it all feels so distant, so unachievable." And they said, "That's because you're looking in all the wrong places." Well, where should I look? That's what I've been asking. Shh, They said, calm down. Let the energy flow. I can't. I said, I can't. And then I said, do you have anything to say? You said that you were happy that I was here and you had so much to say, so say it, please. My turmoil. Relax, easy. We're getting there. We can't come through when you're in such turmoil. Love is the answer. Love your life, love your home, love your pets, love your friends, love your family. Be grateful. Know that we are here. Know that peace is coming. Know that your nation has reached the bottom of its pit. It's not endless. The pit is not endless. The demonstrations last Saturday, millions of you went to the streets to protest. We saw waves of people, all with the same intent. Where the intent of many is so clear. Let me try that again. Where the intent of many is so clear, things must change. You only see the top of the iceberg. The large chunks below the surface are pushing their way through and destroying the toxic foundation so that fresh water can flow through and flush out the swamp. You've been wading through swampland for a while, and cleaning up the mess will Can you believe this? Cleaning up the mess will take time. What were the cards we just pulled? Let me read that again because we just pulled those cards. You only see the top of the iceberg. The large chunks below the surface are pushing their way through and destroying the toxic foundation so that fresh water can flow through and flush out the swamp. You've been wading through swampland for a while, and cleaning up the mess will take some time. So, me all still upset. Okay, loves, that's all wonderful. But what do I do to get out of this mess? Call your family. They'll help. One day at a time. Right now, you are not in dire straits. You have food, you have a roof over your head, you have work coming in. You had a great idea this morning. Reach out again to the places you want to work. Keep reaching out. You will hear back from the right people. Praise be everything you love and have. It's a miracle what you've done with your life so far. And remember that, everybody. Our lives are miracles. Everything that we have achieved in our lives, we have put together. It's our miracle. Being here is a miracle. And they continue, miracles happen every day. And they're miracles, because you don't see them coming. Miracles are what we don't see coming. And when they happen, we say, oh, that's a miracle. But it's just that we didn't see them coming because we didn't trust, or we didn't expect. We didn't have a clear expectation, and all of a sudden, it's a miracle. Then they say, the cavalry is here. It may be cloaked still, but it's here. Now take a deep breath. You have things to do. Create a new video. We will be with you. We love you. And I responded, I thank you. I love you too. And I'm so glad you're with me. And they said, of course. We've always been with you. So anybody who might be lonely out there, you're not alone. You're never alone. You always can reach out to a higher source, to your spirit guides. You can always take a time just to take a deep breath, even if it's only 5 minutes a day. And be grateful. And the voices that come, the thoughts that come through, don't discard them. Your spirit guides, our spirit guides, they're talking to us all the time. We just have to learn to listen. So with that said, is there anything we need to do with the pendulum today? I don't think so. I think we've gotten through everything. We have a mess to clean up. We will be hearing. We will be getting a lot of information coming through soon. And I know I sound like a broken record, but we are headed in the right direction. I do not believe that we will have to deal with the Orange Menace for longer than... Lori says August. I'm thinking June. Something's going to happen in June. Actually, Celtic Sheila and Danny and Lori came up with June, so we'll see what happens there. I'm fairly sure something's going to be happening still in this month. And we're still early in the month. It's the 10th. Is it the 10th or the 11th? The 10th. Today's the 10th. So, see what toxic swamp we're going through. I keep forgetting the dates, but that's where we are. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. And I will be back sooner than later, I'm sure. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.